Hey everybody, so let me tell you how stagnation does more harm than good. Just like being still, no movement does more harm than good. So now I can get into the story of what, kind of what I've been going through. So I think if you guys watch the videos, I've been talking about going to physical therapy, having just issues with, my back. And I've been working from home for about 12 years. And, you're sitting all day. You get comfortable with sitting all day. And so, sometimes you don't get good posture, especially if you don't have like a decent chair to withstand all of that. So I'm thinking, like, because of the pain that I was in, I'm thinking like something is majorly wrong with me, right? With my back, for real. Like, I'm like, this feels like I just need I need a bacchiotomy. I need something. And not knowing all of that pain was caused by just me sitting for too long. And I'm thinking like, Lord, all of this can't just be from just sitting. So I went, got x-rays. I do have, an extra bone that's not supposed to be there, and all of that, all of those, the good things. But that wasn't, me figuring out things. That wasn't what was causing, it turned out that wasn't what was causing the pain, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, the doctor's like, oh, first you got to go to physical therapy. I'm like, this not gonna help me. This pain is just like too much just for just sitting. All of this coming from just sitting, right? So started physical therapy, really just bought a new chair designed for a spinal alignment and all that other stuff. So I'm just like, okay, we gonna give it a whirl. So as I'm going through these exercises, I'm going somewhere, y'all stay with me. As I'm going to physical therapy, doing all the things that I need to do, at first it just wasn't helping. I didn't feel like it was, because I'm just like, and it was only like day 2. I'm feeling like, not a physical therapist, just like doing stretches and things. I'm like, this is not helping. This pain is so my mind is going all kinds of other places. So within this, I'm hearing God say, do not lean into your own understanding. And I'm like, Lord, because I'm trying to figure out, why am I going through all of this pain? And Lord, what you have shown me and things that you said that I was going to do, it's not lining up to what, how am I going to do the things you want me to do? I'm sorry, going through this pain, going through these things, right? And I just kept hearing, that's, like I said, that's been my scripture for the last year. Lean not into your understanding. So I'm like, okay, he said, I told you to endure. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, this is going to be a process. I'm going to have surgery again. I'm going to have to go through painful procedures. I'm low key almost traumatized from surgery for the first one I had. So I'm just like, that had nothing to do with the back, but I just didn't want to go through that no more. So I'm just like, Lord, I don't want to go through this no more. So then he's just like, lean out to your understanding. So like I said, going to physical therapy, and the doctor's like, you could be helped. He said, you're not, all this is basically, he's telling me, I saw your x-rays, this could be helped. You don't need all the other stuff. You don't need any MRIs. You don't need extra. You just need to stretch. Right? I told you I'm going somewhere. You just need to stretch. You need to get up from your sitting position, because it's not helping you. It's not helping you sitting. So I'm just like, okay, well, we'll see, because it seems kind of productive that you're telling me to do a move, to do a stretch that looks like it's going to hurt. Look like it's going to make the pain worse. And actually doing, multiple times, because there were times where I was just like crying, not because out of pain, but out of it forcing me out of an old habit and into a new habit. Okay, forcing me into a new habit. I wasn't used to getting up every 15 minutes and from my chair and moving. I wasn't used to getting up and doing all of these things. I just wasn't used to doing that, right? And it was causing me to move. The pain that I was going through was making me move. To have movement. So I'm just like, and I'm hearing God coach me through these stretches. Keep on going. It's gonna get better. Keep on going. So I'm just like, okay, so it started to get better. So I'm just like, okay, I just needed to stretch. That's what I needed to do. I just needed to stretch, right? And I can move better. And I just needed to stop, to break my habit and start to move into a different space, get into different habits. And all that to say, that's a lot of what a lot of you, I believe, is probably what God is doing with you. Stretching doesn't feel good at first. When God is trying to stretch you, it's gonna look counterproductive to your healing. It's gonna be like, Lord, why you got me doing this and this hurts, right? But you're finding out that sitting still didn't work. Sitting still did more harm than it did good. Being comfortable put you in this position. It caused you harm, right? So, I mean, it's told me something, So that's what he was saying, that's where you're at. And I mean, amongst other things that I'm not allowed to he hasn't released me to say yet. But this is the state of where a lot of us is in, where God is trying to stretch us. But we want to be we want to sit in our spaces. We want to stay where we're at. And we just feel like, because I was comfortable in one season in that spot and now that's uncomfortable, we're not understanding why we are in pain. We're not understanding why this isn't working anymore. But really, it's not even the pain from, it is pain, but it's also the pain of disruption of your habits, a disruption of your routine, right? That's what happens. Your routine is getting disrupted and it's painful. So that's all I wanted to say. I gave my little story, my little spiel, because I wanted to say that some of the pain that you may be feeling is because God is calling you to another level of discipline, another level of habits. And it's going to be beneficial, because all that he has called you to do, like he was telling me, lean out into your understanding. You done made this thing worse than what it is, what you thought it was. You done made up your own diagnosis. You done did all the things, and it wasn't. It took another physician to say, you can be helped. Did anybody tell you that before? That's what he said. He said, you can be helped. Did anybody tell you that? I said, not regarding this. So to think that much pain was caused because of my habits, because of my comfortability. Mind blowing. But anyway, hope this helped you. Hope this blessed you. All right.